build and learn as we build. All right, let's build incrementally. All right, why Waterfall is big on planning and spending so much time on planning and documentation. I know. All right, you can look over the agile manifesto, all right, to understand this a bit better. So yes, Scrum does not support documentation, all right, and that is how it is in principle and in practice.
Okay, thank you. I will just do further research and confirm.
All right, which cohort are you in?
September cohort.
September cohort. All right, just do your further research. If you have any other follow-up question, you can reach out to me personally.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, names. I can see names here. Zayzom.
J-Jom.
Okay, please take over.
J-Jom, yes.
Hello, we can hear you.
Yes, so I had a question for F.A., but I don't even know if he's still on the line. My question was, so with the CV, if you go for sorry, I think okay, thank you. So if you go for an interview and then the panel says, okay, I see your CV, you work here, but then I don't see your work in this industry. You've done your research and everything, and they go directly. My question is, if they go directly to ask you that, have you worked in this industry before? Have you worked with in the industry you are coming for the interview? Have you worked in that industry before? It's a direct question. I wanted to know if the storytelling technique would work there. Because I see it as a direct yes and no question.
All right, Amina, please, can I answer my question? Your hand is up.
All right. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry.
It's J.
I won't forget. All right. Wonderful question. That was a really great question, right? So when you go in for an interview, it's obvious they can see on your CV that, oh, you don't have an actual experience in this particular company. Now, take project management, for example. You are applying for a project management role in maybe a financial sector, and maybe you've had your experiences has just been within maybe education, healthcare, and all of that. Now, they called you for an interview for a reason. They saw something on your CV before they called you for an interview. So you should already know that you are a hot cake already. By default, you're a hot cake for them to call you for an interview. Now, as much as you you've not actually worked in that particular industry, you can always sell yourself. I mean, I've not worked in that industry, but everything I know, everything you need is what I have. It's just about selling yourself. You don't necessarily have to say, oh, yes, because they can see your CV and your CV entirely says that you've not worked there. So all you need to do is sell yourself. If they want you to be able to leverage Trello, Jira, and some certain project management tools, just because you've not worked in that company does not mean that you can't leverage those tools. Okay. And even though, yeah, some companies prioritize, oh, you have to work in that particular organization before they say, oh, you're good to go. But like I said, for them to call you for that interview, you're already a hot key. So bear in mind, you don't necessarily have to say, oh, I have not, or I have, but yeah, I have not, but yeah, I have everything I need. Just sell yourself, just pitch yourself to them and you'll be good. And another thing again is, you are currently working here as a consultant. Consulting literally means that you've touched like a good amount of industry, financial industry and all of that. So you can sell yourself like that as well. You don't necessarily have to work specifically in that industry. You consulting, you being a consultant, you've worked across diverse industry. So if that question you have been asked, you are safe because you are consulting with Amdari. I don't think that answers your question.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. You're muted, Brian.
Sorry, thank you, Amina. Ademis, your hand is still up. You have a follow-up question. Why we take Ademis is have we gotten a volunteer for the second interview? Do you have a volunteer yet?
So guys, if a recruiter calls and say, oh, hi, we saw your LinkedIn profile and we'd like to have a quick chat with you, you need to know what to say, right? So I'm expecting, we are over 100 on this call and nobody is willing to volunteer. So nobody can be like Rahim. I already said Rahim was going to kill it and he did. Right? So nobody can be like Rahim. Should I start calling people out? Is that what you're going to be doing now? Guys, let's volunteer. All right, Anthony.
Anthony will volunteer. So let's take Ademis's question first.
Okay. All right. I think Anthony volunteered. Let's have you.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's not actually a question. It was going to be a contribution. Honestly, I'm going to use a question to actually address the issue about you haven't had experience in a particular industry and you've been called to showcase yourself. How do you, I want to ask you right now, there are some of us that have never been open to skills in data analytics. How did you, grab so much confidence to even submit your application in the first place for that role you've never done? So let's start from there. So what I'm just trying to say in a nutshell is you've been a project manager in engineering, construction and the likes, and then you find an opportunity for project management, PMO opportunity in a financial industry. So you're going to say, oh, I don't know anything about like project management just because it's a different industry entirely. I think it's a no. And I'm speaking from experience. All my experience regarding the little that I know about project management has been in engineering and construction. But what saved the other day for me is researching about the industry. And there are some job roles that are so specific, like they are so professionally specific. Like this is going into a total, like deeper version of financial institution. And I had no clue. But what I did was before day and I tried to read as much. And when questions were posted at me, I found myself probably speaking the language of the financial institution, which I had no idea about, but because I had to research. So please, I just want to tell my colleagues here, when you're asked about, okay, you haven't worked in an industry, please, the answer should not be, yes, I haven't. I haven't, yes, but however, I've had my experiences in this and this. And that's where the storytelling comes in, like selling yourself, teaching yourself to them. So please, don't fear the fact that you haven't had experiences in other places. Embrace it. Yeah. So that's just what I wanted to say. And everybody here has added tremendously to that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, R.A.V.E, for that rich contribution. Okay. Lassie, your hand is up. You have the floor.
I just want to volunteer for the interview. I'm not prepared, but just want to volunteer.
You are BA, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Anthony, you want to volunteer as well, right?
Yeah. If there is a slot for me, I'd like to volunteer. Although I'm also a project manager, so I don't know if
I know you're a project manager. So there's nobody from data analytics on this call that wants to take a shot at the interview.
Let me volunteer.
Who is that?
Barrow.
Okay. Yeah, data analytics, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lassie, thank you for volunteering, and Anthony. So if we have more time, we can come back to you guys. But we've done project management, all right. So we wanted to do something on data. So we prioritize because there are many data people on the call as well. So we want them to also experience and also like. Is that okay, Lassie?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Thank you. All right. Over to you, HR. We have Baho Ojada for data analytics.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Brown. Hi, Baho. Can you turn on your camera, please? I can't see you. Well, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you see me?
Okay. Yes, I can see you perfectly. Thank you very much. Hi, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, it's nice to have you, even though this is impromptu. But could you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Ogenelwaro Ojada. I'm a highly motivated, results-driven data analyst and business intelligence professional with proven experience in transforming complex data into actionable insights that support data-driven decision-making. I am highly skilled in the use of SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python, and Excel, with expertise in ETL processes, data warehousing, and automation. I'm adept at developing dashboards and prescriptive models to track KPIs and optimize performance across operations, finance, and marketing. I've done projects in the technology space as well as in retail, the retail industry. I'm a strong communicator and a critical thinker with analytical abilities and a passion for accuracy, innovation, and measurable impact. So this is just a brief summary of who I am.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. So my first question for you is, you mentioned that you're proficient in Power BI, Tableau. Am I right?
Yes, I am.
So which of these tools do you prefer for data visualization?
So I would rather say I prefer Tableau. Because
Okay,
of course,
what's the reason why Tableau over Power BI?
so Tableau is rather open source. Not there are not too many proprietary constraints that you find in a tool like Power BI to work with. So by that I mean you are usually constrained by Microsoft's desire to maybe protect their software, their tool. So in an enterprise environment, for example, you are then forced, to work within a specific constraint or model. Whereas with Tableau, it's an open source platform which allows you, for example, to do reverse engineering on other products, other people's work, to help you to be able to find quick solutions to deploy to your particular need. So this is one advantage I find working with Tableau over Power BI.
Okay. All right. So this role that you're applying for, literally states that you actually need to know how to use Power BI. And I know you mentioned that you have also proficiency in Power BI. So can you walk me through how you would build a Power BI dashboard from like raw data to final visualization?
Yes, same structure, same pipeline like you do with any other business intelligence tool out there. First of all, you want to clean your data, get the data, clean it, then standardize the data, normalize it, possibly maybe using Power Query tools, and then you import it into your working environment in Power BI, and then from there, you could also perform transformation work right there in Power BI. You could transform the data within the Power BI space, and then once your data is in such a state where you are confident that you can then begin to perform analysis on the data, we could then begin to create my dashboards, having done data preparation and analysis, exploratory data analysis on the raw data. Once I've been able to get those information that I could then generate insights from, having developed my KPIs and the rest, I would then graft them into a dashboard to be able to generate stories or visualizations from the dashboard, and from where I could then present to my stakeholders.
All right. Thank you very much for that illustration. Okay. So my next question for you is, this role you're applying for requires working with non-technical stakeholders. So how would you explain complex findings in simple terms?
Thank you very much for that question. It's something we often encounter as analysts. Just to illustrate, I've done several projects as a consultant with Amdari. I remember one particular project comes to mind. We were trying to assist a client in the technology retail space. They were having challenge with bad their websites. They were not getting proper or good social media engagement from their clients, from their users, and so we were in a team of of data consultants were asked to try to understand from the data why this company is having difficulties with returns, for example, product returns, negative feedback from their customers. And so I had to work with a team of both technical and non-technical stakeholders. For example, people in marketing team, for example, worked with them. They brought in their data. So instead of me using technical terms, technical jargons to try to explain information, for example, things like your CSAT score and all that, to be able to try to explain what the customer feedback, what the measurable customer feedback on the product is. I had to look for non-technical terms, to be able to explain very technical things to people in finance, for example, people in marketing, so that they will be able to understand how their own part of the business, their own input impacts or drives the objective of the project.
Okay. Thank you very much for that response. My last question for you is, you mentioned that you've done several projects with Amdari. Okay, so can you tell us about the most complex data projects that you've worked on? What was the problem, and what were the steps you took in resolving this?
So we worked on a project involving a retail logistics company. They had operations across different regions in one of the West African countries, and they had challenges with their customers because of response delivery time. They had challenges with delivery, and they were fending off serious competition. Already they had a good share of the market already, but in a particular year, they started having challenges around things like delivery time, and customers were complaining seriously. There was that challenge of how to be able to handle those challenges. So we had to think of what tools we could use to be able to achieve, to help the customer, our clients. What tools we'll be able to use to interrogate the data, to be able to come up with insightful, data-driven story that can help the client make useful business decisions. That project involved us using tools like Tableau, writing DAX scripts or DAX language in DAX, performing complex data analytics techniques as well. The data that came in, the raw data that came in, needed cleaning because it was quite messy. There were a lot of nulls. There were lots of non-standardized data. So all this, plus the fact that the customer needed the results within a very tight deadline, made the project very challenging. But we were able to come together as a team, quickly leveraged tools like AI as well, to be able to come up with techniques that we could deploy at scale and at speed to be able to come up with business solutions that satisfied our clients.
Okay. So thank you very much. That's all from me. So I'm going to hand over to Chinyere now to ask you her questions.
Hi, Varo. Yeah. I think I'm correct, right? I have to write it down. I have to write it in my own way so that I'll be able to pronounce it.
You're correct.
All right. So how are you doing?
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I hope you're not tense.
I'm all right. I'm trying not to be too tense.
Okay. All right. Don't be. Like I always tell you guys, right? Take it that they need you as much as you need them. Okay. So, and as always, be calm. Definitely, the tension is gonna come, right? It will definitely come in, but just try as much as you can to control it. Okay, so that it wouldn't show, because when it starts showing, you will start messing up, right? So, but you just have to build that confidence. You just have to, like I always tell my guys, wear the confidence like Agbada. For those of us that are Nigerians, you know what Agbada is, right? You know that maxi wears that our men used to wear. So you wear your confidence like this kind of clothes, right? So that you can be able to portray yourself in a very confident way. Okay, Varo, nice meeting you, and thank you for joining us today. Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you. All right, so I don't know if you're able to go over the question, the job description.
Yes. So the job description, we're looking for a data analyst with experience using Power BI,
Awesome.
SQL.
All right, so I want to know can you rate yourself in SQL?
Yes. So I would say I am mid-level expertise in SQL. So
from 1 to 10. All right, from 1 to 10, just rate yourself.
60%.
Okay, that's 6%. All right.
60%.
Awesome.
60.
60%. Yeah. All right. You're rating yourself from 1 to 100, but that's fine. I said 1 to 10. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much.